Afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing very fine. This afternoon I'm coming to show you the easiest steps of making a catapult. With a catapult you need to have three things. You need to have a wide stick like this one, and also need to have a rubber band which they are identical both in width and length, and also you need to have a backer for them. This is where the stone sits. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the steps of making a catapult. So let me first show you. Well, the reason why I chose this wide stick is because they are really available where I am here, and I've used a guava stick. Guava sticks always make the best wide sticks for people who love making what I'm going to do and what I'm going to show you, which is a catapult. Other than any other trees, this performs much more better for me. Okay, so I'm going to get my rubber bands, and I'm going to start with the buckle. This is the buckle. It is in a square shape. I'm going to fold it into half and again into quarter. So this is how I do it, and then I get the tip of the rubber band and then I fix it right here. So the purpose of fixing it right here is we are going to use a tiny rubber band to tie it. Now these are where the stones sit. Okay, so I'm going to fold it like this, as you see, and then I get a rubber band and then I start tying my buckle on the rubber band. So, and you make sure that you tie it so tight or that it doesn't come out during your time of your sport or activity when you're using the catapult. So I'm done okay with the first one, you can see, and you make sure that you tie it so tight, and then when you're buckling it up, you make sure that it runs above your thumb nail, and then you fix it below like this. So I know that one is done, so you can see it is tight. Then you go to the second one. You also do the same thing like the way I explained before. So I also get it, I put this right inside here. You can see this is what I do, and I also do the same. Get the rubber band and I start knotting it up. Tie it so tightly. So this is where I know you start to give you an average length that you want when you're making a catapult. So there are so many forms that you can use for making. The others start by tying the rubber band here, others start by the buckle. But me, I've decided to start with the buckle to give me a leverage where I can adjust my rubber band from. So you can see this is what I'm doing, and I am done here. So all these are now, this is how I am going to balance it now, you see. So now I pick the distance or the length that I want. It can be long, it can be short, but I'm going to take at least 15 centimeters of this. Now I go to my wide stick, which is the guava stick, and then I get a rubber band like this one, and then I start tying. So as you're going to tie, let me also take you through the process. You get the small string that you've cut, and then you hold the other with your left. But it also depends. For those people who are left-handed, it is vice versa. Okay, so here I come. I put it like this. I put it below and I hold it, and then I start tying. But you make sure that you tie it so tight, you see, but it has to be sequential. So now this is what you do. You keep tying, following the sequence that you are tying with. So I continue to tie like this. So let me do it so fast. So I stop almost here, but I just wanted to extend it a little down because this string is a little long for me. But now this is what I'm doing. Let me do it a little fast for you. So this is the process of making a catapult, which will be ready to use in any time in a minute from now to come. So I'm almost done. So I turn and again I balance this to get exactly the length that I want. So I transfer it to this side as well, and this is what I do. So this is, here we are pushing on, and I want to make my rubber band, so I'll cut this one. After cutting this, so because then it is, sometimes they are very hard, so you tie it like this. So I am now done. I cut the thing, and then I measure this, I put it here, and then I get my rubber band, and then I start tying it so tight. Okay, so just follow me. If you love this video, make sure that you subscribe to it, like it and share it. And even your views, I also need them on the comment section as I'm doing this for you. Okay, so I'm taking you through the process of making a catapult, which is going to be used any minute from now. And the purpose of making catapults like this are for two purposes. Others, okay, can even be having more than one purpose, but now this is one for fun, for people who just want shooting around, playing with stones and perfecting their target. Then two, for people who love and are farmers and they want to keep birds away from the fields that they have planted, say like maize, cereals I can say. We've got maize, we've got sorghum, we've got millet, and we also got wheat in other places. But there are birds that do come and attack when they're almost ready. So majority of those people use catapults. So I am taking you through this, and I'll show you. So the birds that always disturb in the fields where the farmers have grown their crops also suffer a lot from birds like wrens, weaver birds, which eat maize like this one, even one behind me, and even again the one on the other side, you can see, you see. So when the maize are ripening, you hear weaver birds coming. But if you have been given a task to keep such a field, which is so vast, like rice field, you find it so taxing. So they make this. But as I'm doing this, what I've been tying here is what they call a spare. Usually, you have spares running, so you don't need to cut it off, but just tie it so that it also forms part of the groove when you're holding the catapult. So that's why you saw me tying it here. And you make sure that you tie it so tight and you don't lose grip when you are doing the shooting. So when I'm done, I'll also go to a shooting range to perfect what I have just produced. So watch this. When you're going to tie it, make sure that it passes just below, above your thumb nail, and then also again below, and tie it like this. Then you can buckle it, and my catapult is now ready for use. So I start doing what we call testing. Is it what I've done? Is it good enough? So this is the range. So I have measured for my arm's length. This is almost a meter. You see? But as you make this, you also make sure that you also have stones for use. Okay? You make stones for use. But I've already made some stones for me, which are in this moment here. You can see. These are clay stones. You see? These are clay stones. But I can show you how to make. I also got for you clay, which is here. So you pinch on the size that you want. So this is what you do. You roll it on your palm to make it round. You see? And this is how it has come out, and I put it there. So you can make this as many as possible to have enough in your arsenal. Because now when you're keeping the birds in the field, you don't need to shout a lot, but you simply get and just shoot where the birds are making noise, and they will leave the field where the crops are, mainly rice. You get wheat, you also get maize, sorghum. Those are all areas that birds keep attacking. So by the time you're about to harvest, you'll harvest either a quarter or half. The rest will have been damaged and destroyed by the birds. So that's why we can have this. So some people just make this for fun. Others in the villages, they use this for scaring away the birds from the fields. So the type of stones I was telling you, I have this round one which I've made, and I prefer them to the normal stones like this one. You can see this stone here is rugged. So whenever you're shooting, it means a lot of resistance when it's penetrating the air. But if I have this rounder one here, it goes so fast. So, and also looking for these stones take time. But here I can have my mud or clay, and I make as many as possible, and I keep them, and also dry them under the sun. And like on this board here, I can make like almost 50 or even 100, depending on the availability of the clay I have. So now my stuff is ready. I'm now going to have what we call a shooting range to test if what I've done is right and to be ready for use. So I pick the first rugged stone first, and I also have my range in front of me. So now let me move. So I've already put my stone here, and now that is my range. So that's my target range. So for you to become so maxful on targets, see, a marksman always does what they call practice. You must make sure that if you're hitting the head, you hit the head. If it's the leg, the leg. If it's the chest, the chest. So before I go through what I have done, I must first test. Okay? So I am coming now to show you how I am coming to shoot. Okay? So the birds behind me, the birds here or the other side, I can simply shoot. Now like this, I have my bird in front of me. Okay. That bird ahead of me is my target, or the bird. So I am going to target that, and also I'll also be using it for us a practice so that I can perfect. Next time you simply shoot for sport purposes. So let me take the target, and I see if I am very good at targeting. So here I am, and I've hit. You see, I have hit my target, and that is how good this thing is, because when you keep practicing, everything goes on fine. So if you have loved this video, make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and also drop your comments on the comment section. So I end up here. This is it. I've taken you through this. I thank you very much, and have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.